Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you guys about patience. Why is that? Well, I'm at a shipper and I have been at the shipper now for about 2.5 hours. So I have to remind myself sometimes to be patient, and this is one of those occasions. But I'm going to talk to you guys about patience because you guys need to know how important it is when you drive a truck. So let's start out with my day. Today I started out about 6:45 in the morning. I had a drop at a receiver up on the north side of Albuquerque and went up there, backed into the dock right around 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be there at 8, right there at 7:45, backed in at 8 o'clock. It was the first one there. So I get in, I got out in like an hour. That is unusual for most receivers. Usually it's about 3 hours. I would say average, especially if you drive for one of the big companies like Werner, Swift, England, whatever. You're probably going to spend about 3 hours on average, 2 hours, 3 hours on average, at a receiver or at a shipper, one of the two, okay? So you have to learn patience. What happened after that? Well, I got done about 9 o'clock, and I booked it down to a truck stop real quick. I sent a message off to my dispatcher today, going down to this truck stop, let me know when you got something. Right around 11 o'clock, so about an hour and a half later, he calls me. Says, I got a load for you. It's down in southern Albuquerque. Go get it. Okay. I got here about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Okay? Let's make it 12. So I have been here now for about 3 hours. They started loading me about an hour and a half ago. They have not finished loading me, as far as I know, because nobody's waving at me in the mirror. And also, nobody's come out to get me or say anything or whatever. Anyway. So I've been here about 3 hours, not going anywhere. My clock's ticking. I'd like to get moving. I'd especially like to get moving right now. I'd like to make it back to Amarillo tonight, at least. So, anyway, it's incredibly important that you have patience. I have patience. I also have an unlimited data plan on my phone, and I have other things I like to do. When you're at a shipper or receiver, you need to have something else to do. Like I said, I've been here 3 hours. What am I doing? I've watched YouTube videos, watched Roadkill, an episode of Roadkill. Probably going to watch an episode of Star Trek after this. I did bring some other stuff to do. So I have my computer with me. I like to write a little bit, so I might get that out, but I don't really have a table to write on. I have the steering wheel, but the computer slides down, and I don't really like that. Anyway, the other thing I brought with me, and that I'd like to do at some point, well, when I'm parked, is I do model trains. So I'm going to show you one that I brought with me that I'm hoping to finish while I'm here. So this is an O scale. It used to be a cable car. Should have been about this long. I cut it down, make it a little shorty for ON30 narrow gauge. So if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. Anyway, it's hand painted. Don't know if you can tell or not. It looks like crap. I know. And that's okay. I'm learning on this stuff, so that's all right. I've got parts to make another one. So I've got that with me. I've got my tools to do that with. So I have some things to do to kind of keep me occupied when I'm sitting for long periods of time, okay? But patience is also important when you're out on the road. You have to have patience with the cars around you, and you have to have patience with the other truck drivers that are around you. You're going to get, for those of you that have been around for a long time, you already understand this. You're going to get guys that work for those big new companies, and they're going to be able to go about 62 miles an hour. That's what I was able to do in England. The truck was governed at 62. For those of you that work for those big companies like England or Swift or Knight or Prime or whatever, everybody's trucks are governed. When you work for one of those big companies, your truck is governed. Last I knew, Prime was like 59 miles an hour. Swift was 57. England was 62. I saw America at 62 miles an hour working for England. For you guys that are new guys, you gotta have patience. Okay? You gotta have patience on the road. You gotta have patience with the other guys that are driving those big company trucks. Because they're governed, and you guys are gonna get in a drag race every now and then. If somebody's gonna come up along beside you and he's doing a mile faster, you know what? Do what I do. Reach down real quick. Just kick down on your cruise control. We already know you're doing it. I mean, I'm doing it. So just kick it down a couple of miles per hour on your cruise control. Let him go on by, get in front of you. Let him go on down the road a little bit and kick it back up a little bit. It's that easy. It's not really going to lose you any time. You might lose 10 seconds tops. So just have patience out there. Have patience at truck stops, especially. You're going to pull up on a guy and he's backing in, okay? Let him back in. If it's a newbie and he's driving one of the big company trucks, give him time, okay? Somebody had to give you time when you first started learning how to drive a truck. For you old hats, somebody gave you time to back in. Heck, somebody even probably helped you, okay? If you're an old hat, you see a guy in an England truck or a Swift truck or whatever, I know you probably don't want to touch Swift equipment, but if you see one of those guys, try to get out and help him maybe a little bit, you know? Sometimes those guys are in a tight spot, something they didn't experience in class, and they just need a little bit of help, okay? So, you know, patience at shippers and receivers, patience on the road, patience in the truck stops, okay? I know when you're in a truck stop, you're either raring to go or you're raring to get to bed. One of the two. Just slow it down a little bit. Have a little bit of patience. Let's make sure we all get where we need to go safely, okay? Anyway, that's all I have for you this time. Look forward to like a tour of the new truck that I'm driving and some other tips. I want to do a video on trip planning. I'm probably going to do a video on what you should pack in your truck when you go over the road, okay? Anyway, until then, keep the shiny side up. I'll see you down the road.